The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Thursday, you're looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas, where they are popping another tent out there for something.
What's going on?
It is beautiful today. 77 degrees, the high is 79, the low is 56.
He is Shannon. That is Nate, Super Bowl winner, Pro Bowler, man about town. Chris is in the back. We got Fasiga back there. We got
Wait a minute.
Josh
You left
back
out the
there.
most important part. Presidential
pardon, Nate.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Salt and pepper Poppy, Josh,
Oh,
Jesse.
God.
Oh my
We start over.
Jeez.
Do we need to start over?
We gonna start over.
Whoa,
Start
he
over.
needs. I think he needs a reboot.
Yeah, let's start over.
Oh, my
Go
God.
Shannon. Go Shannon.
Okay.
Go Shannon.
You're looking live. Look, we even got the screen share. You're looking live at Tostito Championship Plaza outside Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas, where it is 77 degrees. The high is 79. The low is 56.
Yes.
He's Shannon. He's Nate. He's Chris. I'm Kurt. Jesse will call in later. Let's go.
Good God.
Okay.
Kurt just mailing it in.
Go ahead.
The
Hey.
sports talk equipment of
Braille,
Braille.
people
People
feel.
feel. And we
Wow,
see.
Kurt.
Wingstop is here. All right, Kurt.
There we go.
Kurt just sitting
The
in
new
the chair.
studio.
I'm out of sync.
Yeah.
The whole studio's got me thrown off.
Yeah,
Okay,
For
all
those
right.
of you that don't watch,
Leave comments in the box.
that don't watch the show, that just listen, we have a new studio set up today. We're in chairs,
We are.
and it's feels weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in lounger.
Why are we in
You're in-
loungers?
Well, I mean, they're trying to do new look.
Okay.
It's a new look.
All right.
So,
Well, okay.
so new look Thursday.
Look. But that. Like that look.
Stop, Shannon.
Hey,
I mean, if we're going to have this
thought
new
he was-
look, let's take advantage
Yeah.
of it. I mean, Isaiah does it on the pregame show.
Exactly.
I mean, come on.
I thought Chris was going to pull in tight on
Give
you.
me some on that, man. Give me some on that.
this is
Push
about
it
as
on.
tight as it can get.
Oh, Isaiah, wow.
Oh, man.
Wow, Isaiah taking bullets.
No, I mean, nothing wrong with it. You got it, flaunt it, right?
Oh,
Painted
not
on
me.
suits, you got
Not
to,
me.
I would request the below the fold shot too.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Man.
surprisingly, a lot to talk about today. But before we talk about current events, the man that's to my left, that is actually on this show,
Yes, sir.
has been on this show since the inception. We are going to be the last people, because he's done the circuit and he's talked to everybody else except us.
Yeah.
Own show.
Because he bailed on us last week
right.
because he got a better opportunity, we'll just
Yes,
say.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I like
Thank
the
you,
way
Dallas Cowboys.
I like what you did last week, by the way.
What's that?
Just bringing them in here and kind of double dipping and you didn't want to bail on us, but you
yeah.
wanted them to feel important. It was nice.
Well, this was set up, and I didn't realize it was on a Thursday that Miss Robin set it up, over there in PR for me. So I'm like, I just dumped the fellas, and because I wanted to talk about, I know what y'all wanted to rap about, so I'm like, but you know what? I said, y'all want to go meet a nice group of guys? I said, I'm a part of a podcast, and I think it's one of the better podcasts. I'm thinking 10 people going to find me and say, I know all of y'all don't want to walk downstairs because they're going to take a tour. But everybody came. I'm like, whoa. So I'm like, we all going to jam in here. And I'm knowing Chris saying, that's against the rules. I'm thinking Chris is going to get me. Like, it's against the rules. And I said, but by the time I get in trouble, we'll have, be out.
Yeah.
So
you did it the right way. You came in here hot.
yeah.
And by the time Chris could react, you already had 20 of them in the door. So it was like, just let it go.
So they enjoyed it, man. I'm quite sure they went back and pulled up Hanging with the Boys.
Oh, yeah.
Got a few more viewers. Man, I'm just excited, man. Y'all know me, man. Life is always great for me. I mean, okay, for all you people I'm going to say it for you. Yes, I do have bad days, but I do not let the bad things in my life keep me down. I'm not that person. I'm not going to walk through life that person, and I never have, never will. And I'm excited, man. And so when Kurt put on our ideas and thoughts, and then he came back with, I'm like, no, Kurt should know me by now. I mean, if I decide to talk about something, I'm going to talk.
Well, you don't always want to talk about stuff.
No,
I was worried
not when it comes to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a humble person. If you'd have caught me 20 years ago, you wouldn't have thought that. But the last 20 years, when I found out life when it was all about me, that it was other people in my life and connected to my life, it just changed the way I looked at things. And so this is leading to us just going straight into talking about the presidential pardon. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so I'm going to tell you how it happened for me was a couple of weeks ago, I'm sitting at the house talking to my wife. She always begging me to come out front and watch TV with her. I got the TV in the bedroom. She got the TV out front. You control yours, I'm going to control mine. Come out here, you never come out. So I'm out there with my wife watching Lifetime or whatever, Hallmark, whatever she watch. I'm playing on my phone, And I keep getting this text from this lady, Mickey Mouse. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what in the world? Baby, do you know Mickey Mouse? I'm looking at you. No, I'm like, and I've read it. Oh, Mr. Jones' new assistant. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, prank. So she left a voice message, 2 or 3 of those. And then she finally called me and hello. Hey, I'm Mickey Mouse. I'm Mr. Jones' new assistant. And I'm like, yes, ma'am. Okay, cool. Mr. Jones would like to see you. I said, okay, what time you like to see me? He said, well, like around about 7:30. I say, oh, okay. All right. And so
PM.
Yeah, right that day. Yeah, so PM.
You don't want to get called to Mr. Jones' office at night.
So what I did, I got off the phone, I looked at my wife. I say, this is a baby, you got to know this a prank. I say, I ain't finna ride way over there and go up to this man's office and be like, no, Nate, I ain't want to talk to you, and he ain't even in. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I'm double checking. I'm like, you know what? Let me call somebody. So I called Derek. I said, Derek, hello, how you doing? Da da da. And he said, I said, do you know Mickey Mouse? He said, no. I said, oh, and I told my wife, I said, see, it told you prank. And I said, yeah, she kept calling me, man. She done called me about 20 times, and we finally talked. I'm about being in Mr. Jones' office. And then as we was getting off the phone, he said, oh, yeah, but Todd Williams called me about 15 minutes ago wanting to know your number, your phone number, about 20 minutes ago. I said, okay, me and Todd talk. I'm like, wow, I'm finna get fired. What? Wow, what have I done?
Going
I
on?
know I'm not part of the players. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? So we, I come over early, about 6:45. So I call this Mickey Mouse. I say, hey, Miss Miles, I'm in the building. And she say, hold on, about 7:15, we're going to send somebody down there to get you. I'm like, oh, this real. And so by that time, his Mr. Jones' personal bodyguard come walking by with some of these with somebody going over to the tennis thing, because this is when the tennis thing was going. And he said, I'll be back, man. He just knew. He said, I'll be back to get you in 2 minutes. So about 5 minutes later, he come walking back through, and he just smiling. I'm like, man, what is this about? I said, I hope it's something good. He said, it's real good. I said, oh, man, I might finna get a personal raise. I'm thinking I went from being fired to get a personal raise. It's all like, okay. So we get in there, and just these chairs, right? These chairs are opposite of Mr. Jones, but they moved. These same chairs we in. And he was behind the big desk. So I walk in, and I shake his hand. I said, what's up, Mr. Jones? How you doing? He said, I'm doing fine, Nate. He said, have a seat. So I sat down, then he got up from his desk and came and sat right in front of me. So like me and you looking at each other, I'm like, what's up, Mr. Jones? How you been doing? How's business? Everything?
And you
great?
still don't know what
I
is
don't know
going
what's
on.
going on. And as he was walking from behind the desk, he said, I don't want to be too casual about what we gonna talk about. I'm like, is this serious? He's not want to be casual? Then he sat down, you pull it. He's like,
Investment tips.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to be too casual about this. And then he just looked me right in my face and said, "You've been pardoned from your crimes." And automatically, you know me, I'm like, oh, he joking. So I smiled and said, okay, Mr. Jones. I say, I just have one question. He said, what is that? I say, I have had a lot of crimes. Which one am I pardoned from? Which one? And he looked at me. He like, Nate. And he gave me that serious look. I said, yes, sir. He said, you have been pardoned from your crime, a presidential pardon. I'm like, whoa. And I'm like, he said, what do you think? I say, all I'm going to say is thank you. Sir, I know you have probably a direct line to the president. Is there any way we can call him or anybody that was involved so I can tell him thank you from the bottom of my heart? I'm not normally lost for word, but right about now, I don't know how to express this. Mm-hmm. But I would just like to tell him thank you. He said, no, just hold on. So me and him were just talking. He said, what does this mean to you? And I said, well, it just goes to show me that for me, it's years and years of doing the right things. Because I spent many, many years of doing the wrong thing to individuals and against this country. So I said, it's just me. And he just, he told me what he thought about it. And I just said, I hope I can live up to it, and continue to try to do the right things. And then we got into other things about, it always, with me, I'm always asking about something crazy, like, what I heard him say about they're going out of the country, right?
Yeah.
Brazil. So I had to ask him a question about that, and, but found out, boy, he wowed me on that too. But anyway, and I got to tell everybody, all you can say is thank you, to the people that done it. But see, y'all gonna get a bonus when we come back out of the break. I'm gonna give y'all the bonus of how I got this pardon. If y'all want to.
Does anybody, have you shared this with anyone?
Nobody else.
Really?
Y'all will be the first.
Ooh,
That's
what?
a tease.
That is a tease.
Yeah.
You tell Jesse we don't need him today. This is the Nate
Good
show.
right now.
All right, you know what? Let's take a break. I was just going to let Nate go, but I want to know. So let's take a break and come back and find out what the bonus is.
Yeah.
Breaking news on Hanging with the Boys. Be right back.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
At Batteries Plus, we don't just sell batteries, we recycle them too. So don't toss your old ones. They're packed with critical materials we can reuse. Come in and recycle old lithium batteries found in your power tools, power banks, wearables, and small electronics. You'll score a chance to win Cowboys tickets, a VIP experience, and more. Join America's team and recycle with Batteries Plus, the official battery recycling partner of the Dallas Cowboys. Batteries Plus, the experts in charge.
Cowboys fans, SeatGeek is the only primary ticketing partner of America's team and here to help you experience all the action this season. SeatGeek makes it easy to find the perfect seats to the perfect game, so you can be part of all the touchdown celebrations and momentum-shifting takeaways this season. Whether you're getting tickets to Cowboys games or to any other live event in DFW, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. SeatGeek.
How about them Cowboys? And how about them Jimmy Dean breakfast bowls? Keep your game day celebrations going with real eggs, potatoes, cheese, and our savory Jimmy Dean sausage. And with 22 grams of protein per serving, you'll have enough energy to power you from early morning to the final whistle. The no-hassle, ready-in-minutes prep makes it easy. Just heat, eat, and cheer on those Cowboys. Get yours today. Jimmy Dean brand is proud to be the official protein of the Dallas Cowboys.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the second segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every show by blockchain.com.
Blockchain.
There we go.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, blockchain.com. So for those of you just tuning in, for those of you watching, here's one more free one. We are in a different setup.
Boy,
We are in a different setup
like that, man.
today.
For the lady.
I hope your son ain't
Oh
seeing
my
this.
God.
I hope your son ain't seeing
Or the
this,
fellas,
man.
however you, we don't discriminate on this show. We're in a little bit different setup. We're sitting in loungers. The set's pushed against the wall, so it threw Kurt completely off. If you
Completely.
missed the beginning of the show,
Still
please
not
go
right.
listen to it. He's still trying to recover in the second segment. But we were finally, after about 2 weeks, and Nate doing the entire media circuit of about 20 shows, which, by the way, he went on Jesse's show first
Yeah.
on that other network
Right.
and didn't even come to our show.
No.
So this is the first time we're able to talk to him about the presidential pardon. So he was telling us how he went to Mr. Jones and Mr. Jones broke the news, but he said he has a bonus for an exclusive for Hanging with the Boys. So continue, Nate.
So this morning I'm laying in the bed, and I went to sleep. I don't know how I fell back to sleep around about 7 o'clock, around about 8. My phone just kept ringing. So I jump up. I'm like, wow, because it was on silent, so it was just vibrating. I'm like, for me to hear this kind of blew me, blew my mind. And it didn't blow me, it just blew my mind. I'm sorry. And so I jumped up, and it was Dion. Because I called Dion the next morning when this presidential pardon thing happened. Because I can't think of Jamal
Lewis.
got one, and Clecco, and someone else, and Travis Henry. And so I called him, and we just talked, and talked. And he said, man, Jamal called me. He said, brother, I'm so happy for you. So we talking. So this morning he called me. He said, Nate, I got somebody I want you to meet. And I said, okay, I'm waking up. I'm like, all right, I'm all ears, right? And this lady come on. She just started talking. I said, yes, ma'am, how you doing? She said, my name is Alisa Johnson. Alise Johnson. See if I'm pronouncing that right. See if I'm pronouncing her name right.
Yeah, maybe Alice.
Alice Johnson. Thank you. Alice Johnson. Marie Johnson. Tell you this lady is one of the Kardashians fought to get her out of prison. She was mixed up in a conspiracy and had 22 years. She had spent 22 years in prison. She had a life sentence. And the Kardashians, I think it was Kim, got her out. And President Trump contacted her and stayed in contact with her. And this lady had been fighting for others that had gotten pardons, getting people released. And she talking to me and telling me this with Dion them. And President Trump, when he got in, he told her, he said, you're going to be my White House pardon, Caesar. You're going to go around getting people that you think deserve a pardon out. So she just been getting people out who she think is deserving, no matter what race, who you are, whatever. And she said, Nate, you have always been a hero of mine. And I watch your podcast. I watch what you do. I studied Mr. Clecco. I studied Jamal. I studied Travis Henry. She said, you was my number one. Jamal was my number two. And I didn't know how to get in contact with you, but Dion from the day that I told Dion this 2 weeks ago, he got the number from Jamal. He just kept calling her. And then so out of nowhere, she just calls Dion, calls him back and say, I really would like to touch bases with Nate and let him know who I am. And Miss Alice, she called, and she lives in Mississippi. She got her office up there with the president, Mr. Trump, and she just said, Mr. Trump, Mr. Jones, the media, nobody knew because she didn't want nobody claiming nothing, putting no political pressure on nobody. Mr. Trump allows me to choose who I want. And when I take it to him, I've already done the research. I've already taken care of everything. And she said this started because Kim Kardashian cared enough for her to see that she made a grave error by being mixed up in a conspiracy and got her out. Mm-hmm. And her goal from that point on, she's spent 22 years. She's has enough legal experience from all those years of studying, going to the library, not giving up. And she's helped several other people. And she said her goal this year is to get 250 people off, either out of prison or pardons. Mm-hmm. And then she's working on a bill now for athletes that have done time. And if you ain't really did nothing, murdered, hurt, or really did something over the top, you'll be eligible after 5 years to put in an application for a pardon. She didn't say this, but I know this for a fact now. People will sell pardons. If you call and try to, and she like, I'm not in that business. She said, I'm in the people saving business. And she said, that's and President Trump allows her to help Americans. And so I just, and these are not my words. Mm-hmm. These are her words. And I just said to myself, my wife was listening to it. Deion Sanders listened to it. My wife started crying, like, wow. Because, everybody want me to hook this to somebody. Mm-hmm. Oh, Mr. Jones did it for you. Oh, the president did it for this reason. Well, no. This lady did it for me. She researched, she studied, she made sure my history was up, from where I did the wrong to now. And it's been fairly clean. Mm-hmm. And so I tell people like this right here, and when you have a belief system that I hope that we're all connected to, and that's Christ. When you have that belief system, things like this come to you. Things like this come to you. And all I can tell people is thank you. But like I told her, she said she would really like to meet me. Oh yeah, she gonna meet me. She's probably gonna see me more than she wants to. Because I'm gonna get with Deion as soon as possible. So and if Jamal want to get into it, or if Mr. Klecko alive, you know what I'm saying? Because when a person don't know you, and all of a sudden, come out and just hand you something, those are angels. God put angels in your path, but it's how you receive those angels or how you talk to those angels, whether the blessing comes. So I've been blessed, man. Y'all know I've been blessed. So,
Well, she obviously doesn't know how much you like to drive because you'll stop by Mississippi.
Yeah, she live in Mississippi.
If she's not there, you'll go straight to Washington.
Well, let me tell you something. She told me, but she'd have gave me that address, I'd have showed up tomorrow. Like, hey, how you doing, man?
Well, you know what? And I'm really glad that Deion connected y'all because that's got to make you feel so much better that it wasn't a network thing. It wasn't a connection thing. It was somebody that you didn't even know went and did their research that looked up to you and realized like, hey, you turned it around. Like, and we know you personally. A lot of people just know, a lot of people know about your past. A lot, and nowadays everybody's got an opinion about everything. You're going to piss somebody off no matter what you've done in your past or what you say or what you do. But we know you as a human. Right. And I didn't know the old Nate. I've just known you for 8 years. And I know how good of a person you are and you try to do right. Sometimes you're a little grumpy. But
Yeah, but I ain't sitting there spreading my legs on.
No, you just talk about blowing people. But anyway.
No, I didn't. That was an honest mistake. Wow.
But I mean, your heart's always in the right place. And I I admire you as a man because your faith drives your life now, and for somebody outside, an outside force to go do that, that's got to make it that much more sweeter and validate that, this was not the workings of money or connections or something like that, right?
And because what the deal is, and it's real because when she showed the picture the next morning, those my partner's in with her hand for real. She's already went through the courts and cleared it. So I'm sitting in the court yesterday. This is so funny. I'm sitting in court yesterday, kind of sitting there, and on a jury deal selection, and they say, "Is anyone had a felony theft?" And I raise my hand. I say, "I don't understand. You saying a felony or a felony theft?" He said, "Well, felony." I say, "Yes, sir. I got a felony." He said, "Well, hold on." And I'm thinking these people don't know me. And they, "Hello, Mr. Newton. Hold on." I'm like, this man caught the judge calling me out in front of 25 other people. I'm like, oh, man, I'm thinking I'm going to say this felony thing and be quiet about it. "Hold on, Mr. Newton. We got you. You probably won't even be selected anyway." And then the day I get this call from this lady, like she done already took care of it. If I'd have knew that right now, I wouldn't have said a word. Mm-hmm. And so she want to, send me the it's something else that goes with it, so I can travel when I'm traveling. If they don't have it, I can, which I won't ever use that because if you're speeding, get a man your license, or the young lady, or the officer your license. Man, there you go. So
let them figure it out.
Yeah, because I ain't finna be sitting around, "Hey, don't you know I just got a presidential pardon?" But that don't allow you to go 100 miles an hour, sir.
So what does it mean, and does it even mean things that you didn't even know you couldn't?
My kids, you couldn't get a federal job or a state job. You couldn't have a firearm, not even in your house, no more than a shotgun.
You couldn't even have a hunting rifle?
You couldn't vote. Wow. Yeah, they didn't. Boy, your hunting rifle. Okay, they come in your house for something.
Wow.
But the laws have since changed. You can own a gun after so many years. After like 5 years, and you are not on parole and nothing like that. You can own a gun. You can vote because you couldn't vote. You can vote. You can own a gun, and it just depends on who you know whether you get a state or federal job. But now this clears that. If people really want to hire you, they will hire you. And so, but what it tells with today's technology, my granddaughter or my grandsons get on there and say, "Man, Daddy was an outlaw. Granddaddy was an outlaw. Big great granddaddy was an outlaw." But they also say your great granddaddy was pardoned. And so I think it means more for them to live the right life, not be an outlaw and then hope you get pardoned. No. To understand that you have stayed within the boundaries of man's laws. So that is what that means more to me because I believe this right here, and I've always believed this, is you do wrong. When you get a certain age, you're not exempt. Ignorancy don't give you the right to do wrong. You know when you're doing something wrong to another human. You know when you're breaking the law the majority of the time. We're not in Japan. We ain't going over to Japan, where we don't know their laws, but ignorance still don't allow you to break their laws. So, and that's what I taught my sons, my two boys. I'm like, son, nobody don't want to hear if I'd have knew. No, just use common sense. And 9 times out of 10, if you use common sense, you'll stay within man laws. And so I've always lived by that rule. And even when I got in trouble and people would say, "Oh man, you made a mistake. You really think I made a mistake? Okay, thank you. I'm not, no, I knew what I was doing. And I just thought I was big enough to get away with it. I ain't never thought I was smart enough. I just thought I was big enough to get away with it. Yeah.
So it's important for you for your legacy.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Your kids see you made a grave error, and then to come back and to be blessed like that. Oh yeah, yeah. As old as I am right now, I've kind of lived my life. I'm kind of established. I don't want to say I got it going on. I don't, but I'm kind of established in who I am and what I've done. And but when you want to be able to tell your kids, hey, do the right thing. And if they go back and look into your history, if they sit up and watch you walk around and you don't treat their mother right, or you don't treat their father right, or every time they see you, you're doing something wrong, but you have the audacity to tell somebody to do the right thing, and you ain't never walked the right thing. I don't believe in mouth service no more. Walk the right thing, and then these babies will know better.
All right, let's take a break. I have a question for Nate on the same topic. Kurt, I'm sure you've been very quiet. Have you recovered yet?
It's a great story.
It is a great story.
Yeah.
When we come back, Kurt and I will ask Nate questions, find out what those are, and I'll see if I can find the live read somewhere. I can't remember the whole third live read by myself.
Right.
I know it's about slurping and gulping.
Right.
Stay tuned. See if I get that right, too. On Hanging with the Boys. Be right back.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/cowboys.
We got big personalities. We got big hair, big belt buckles. We got fans all across this big state and enemies in every other one. We even got a big star on the 50-yard line. Smirnoff knows football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks home or away, we rally together, we cry together, and we always rally cry together because, most of all, we got big love for them boys. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Cowboys fans, SeatGeek is the only primary ticketing partner of America's team and here to help you experience all the action this season. SeatGeek makes it easy to find the perfect seats to the perfect game, so you can be part of all the touchdown celebrations and momentum-shifting takeaways this season. Whether you're getting tickets to Cowboys games or to any other live event in DFW, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. SeatGeek.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the final segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every show by 7-Eleven. Kurt,
Yes.
get your everyday essentials at your nearest 7-Eleven. There's one right down the street.
It is.
Whether you're Team Big Gulp or Team Slurpee,
Big gulp, son.
7-Eleven is always open and always ready for you 24/7. We are sitting here in the studio in these loungers, and we are watching Coach Shoddy on the set of the NFL Network out at the Combine. They're chopping it up. Interested to see what he has to say. Before we get back to Nate, just real quick.
Yep.
Would you guys pay a kicker $10 million a year?
No.
Would you pay him what is it, 7.5 that?
Yeah, now there's
being
some debate
reported?
about if that's true or not, but yeah, I think if he doesn't,
What
he
would
wants to $10 million, they'll give him the second round tender and go.
What would you pay him? What is he worth to you, Kurt and Nate?
Well, the highest salary right now, I think 6.4 with Butker, so I would go
6.5,
yeah,
6.75,
maybe 7 at the most. But
would you pay him that though, or because used to it was we can get a kicker.
yeah,
Now it's like we got one of the best ones, if not the best one in the league. Is he worth $7 million?
If you get a number 1 rated, top 5 defense, yeah, I give it to him. You know, top 5 offense, I don't care to give it to him. Score the points if you really what you say you are. But if you are based on a defense pulling you through a lot of games, you got to give them that 6.7. You got to say, hey man, this is it now. But it's got to be a cutoff point.
Yeah.
Say, hey, man.
Cowboys haven't really I mean, they've found kickers before. Now, some of them flamed out, like Mahar, but he was good for a while. So, I don't see how you pay a kicker $10 million. You pay him the $7
They're good at finding kickers and offensive linemen. I mean, you think about the kickers that have been here in the last 15
We got to get
years?
back to the offensive lineman.
Yeah.
We got to get back to finding good offensive linemen. Come on.
All right, speaking of offensive linemen, let's don't get too far off topic. I have a question for you, Nate.
Okay.
You have lived a lot of life.
Yes.
You've had a very
variety.
You've been
variety, baby.
Dirt poor. You've been
never been dirt poor. Always had a little money.
Little money, even when you was growing up.
Oh yeah, mom and dad, boy. Yeah,
okay,
mom was a school teacher. Dad was self-employed. On the car. Yeah, I always had a little.
Okay, you had a little bit of something. Okay.
Yeah.
You've been a celebrity. Still are a celebrity. Right. You've been to Super Bowls. You've been out at Super Bowls.
Yeah.
You've lived a lot of life. You know,
been confined.
Yes.
Detained and everything.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
Incarcerated.
Yes, sir. Everything.
Pardoned.
Yes, sir.
What would you tell people out there that are listening that have done things in their past that have outgrown that, or, you know, that still kind of haunts them or whatever, because you've lived with this for a long time, and I know it's probably bothered you, and it's something that, you know, I don't know how you feel about it, but there's a lot of people that are probably struggling with things that they've done in the past that they're different people now. Just like you know, you talk about it all the time. You've done things in the past, and you've grown up, and you treat people right, and you do the right things, and you try to live the right way. Like, what would you say to those people?
The same thing you just said. Once you, if it was people that you think you transgressed against, and you remember those people, and they will let you give you 10 seconds or 30 seconds, tell them you're sorry. And tell them, and the only way you can show that you mean it takes time. So the people that mean something in your life, you tell them you're sorry. And if you have a stage like I had when I first came out, I had ESPN radio here as my stage. And I asked for like 2 or 3 minutes just to tell the listening audience who I was, what I've been through, and I'm sorry. And if you give me time, I'll show you that I'm a better person. It takes time. But one thing you have to do is forgive yourself. If you're going to continue to live through every moment scary, you meet somebody new, you don't have to, hey, man, I'm Nate Newton. Guess what I did? Hey, you know, I talked to Sam Hurd 2 weeks ago. Sam, don't tell your story. Tell you what, make people pay you for your story. Because you're a different man now. You live a different life. I said, if you want to share it with some kids, that's fine. But be careful how you share it. If you truly have changed, you don't have to keep remembering. If you truly have learned from your mistakes. Yeah, and now you're trying to walk forward, or now you're moving forward. You don't even bring people around you who want to live like that. You know, I remember when, okay, all right. You know, I've had friends that I've called like, man, you remember me today? Yes, sir, I remember today. You know, how you doing today? I'm doing great. How you doing? What are you doing? You know, well, I'm doing this. You doing the same thing? Hey, dog, I'll get back with you. I never call them back. So, because you got to get better. You got to live in the moment. And when I was doing wrong, I was living in the moment. I was trying to be the best wrong dude I could be. Oh man,
trying to be the best at being bad.
Oh man, I thought I was a gangster until them lights roll up on me 2 or 3 times. I was like, bro, this gangster thing ain't working. You know,
that was the wake up call, huh?
Yeah.
Getting,
you know, the first time, nah. The first time, nah. The second time, yes, because now you see where it affects your kids, your lifestyle, people that believed in your mom and dad, your aunts and uncles. Man, I had to tell one of my uncles, man, I like, yeah, I did it. You know, because, man, this is a mild-mannered man, easy going. I mean, if you meet him, Uncle Jeremiah, I mean, the coolest dude in the world, Christian. I mean, it's hard, but you mess with his family. And when he first started hearing this, boy, he ready to go to blows. And I had to, hey, Aunt, no, your nephew did it. and I did it more than once. So calm down. I got to go through this. Just calm down. See you when I get out. Love you to death. So you hurt a lot of people. Like I said, it's a lot of angels that's looking out for Shannon, that's looking out for Kurt and for Chris, for Jesse. And we just keep trampling our angels. Don't trample your angels. Miss Johnson is an angel. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Miss Mickey Miles, but her making that call, she's an angel. Mr. Jones is an angel. Don't trample your angels. And for those that, Mr. Donald Trump, that you hate him, fine, that's good. But guess what? For that fleeting moment, he was my angel. So I'm sorry. And I'm still Nate, and I'm not going to talk politics with you. I ain't talked it in 30 years with none of y'all out there. I'm not going to talk it now. You know what I'm saying? So don't trample your angels is what I try to tell people. Be a good person.
Kurt?
Yeah?
Anything else?
No, this is amazing. I'm glad you finally came down and talked to us about it, man.
It was worth it.
Yeah, it was.
We got the
Miss Johnson, man.
Yeah,
Miss Marie. I ain't gonna get that first name of her name, Marie.
Alice Marie Johnson.
Yes, sir. My wife says she knew her because of what Miss Kardashian did.
Yeah, because the Kardashians have been really active in exonerating people that had some sketchy. They were in jail for some, things that weren't. It looked like people were innocent, but they couldn't get out. So they've been on this journey for years now, I think, trying to exonerate people that were.
The thing, she's 70 years old. And the president allows her to work from Mississippi because she's working so hard for people out there. Mm-hmm. It was taking away all of her family time. And she spoke to the president. The president said, okay, we'll let you work but when I need you, she fly right in. I mean, I guess you got a government card to get on the flight. Hey, I need to be on this flight. Well, you're that high of an executive, So she works out of Mississippi. She does a tremendous job, man. I was just sitting there. Every now and then I was thinking, how do you get in touch with the person that helped you get this?
Right.
But what she kept telling me and my wife is the president didn't know. No one knew until she handed the list to the president. She said, would you look at these guys and sign this?
So having been through this and done the wrong and then accepting it, moving forward, living life the right way, and then being, I guess, for lack of a better term, rewarded for doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm. That's the best term.
And knowing it, and living it. You have any desire at all to not get into politics, but be a part of this program that does any of this?
No, like I tell people, I do individual. If I see a person come up to me and God touched my heart, I talk to them. Either a kid saying, but I don't. Shannon, I'm going to tell you something. Kurt, I'm going to tell y'all something. It has to be almost like you raising a child. When you go to do this type of stuff, our children are 24/7. When you have been called by God to do something, it's almost like that's your child. And that ain't me. I wasn't a good parent, y'all. So I'm not going to definitely do that. This lady had to ask the president because can you imagine trying to do 250 people in a year? And each one of these things takes 2 and 3 hours a day. So you put down one and pick up another. You put down one, you pick up another, and you call the courts on this person. You do research on that person. So you got all these people. And she was telling me the people that work in her department that she's over, not only has they picked up the pace 100%, they enjoy it because of how she present herself to people. With kindness, with love, with understanding. This lady could be upset 22 years out of her life, and she was on a life sentence. Her first parole board meeting was going to be at 25-year mark. and the one of the Kardashians fought for her. But what amazed me was Trump stayed on, Kevin, can you believe that? Now, this is Trump. I mean, I'm not fighting his banner. I'm not raising his banner, but he put her in that position.
Mm-hmm.
And he don't do this. I need a political gain. Hey, she does this on her own.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm super, like, we didn't know when we were going in the group text, we didn't really know what it meant or how you would feel about it or if you'd even want to talk about it.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm tell you what's so funny is this is people. I can go out there and cuss somebody out, and people will put likes or dislikes. But what hurt me more than anything, what made me laugh, I thought about it, I started laughing, is I got more people calling me talking about, hey, man, you seen the joke?
Gosh.
I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Man, there's somebody trying to put out there you got a presidential pardon. And I was telling them I do have a presidential pardon, and I just hang up. I mean, this is what gets me about human beings, bruh. Somebody can say, I've hurt somebody, killed somebody, did somebody wrong, and everybody giving their 2 cents and saying how bad a person I am. But all of a sudden somebody does something spectacular for a person, and it's, oh, man, is that an AI? Is that generated by? I just say, no, man, and just hang up. Man, why you hung up? I'm like, come on, man. For real?
Let me have my moment.
Yeah, I had my moment, man. I just went in there and kissed my wife. I was going to kiss Mr. John, but I didn't think that would go off too well.
Oh, you should have. You should have. And if you see the president, kiss him too.
Boy, I sure be in trouble. The black community would be like out of rope for me.
Well, man, I'm super happy for you. And it's
awesome.
It brings joy to me to see you be so passionate and excited about this and like really...
Oh, like, yeah.
You feel this good about it. So that's...
Because you ain't never known me to go on 22 different stations, even though I was before.
No. And ours was the last. But that's fine. We understand. You were busy.
Best for last.
You were busy. So, Kurt, anything else?
No, it's been great. I enjoyed this show.
This was awesome. Yeah. Jesse, sorry we couldn't get to you today. I'm sure you have a lot to tell us when you come back from the Combine. Next Thursday, we'll talk about Combine stuff and maybe some football and... who knows what else? Tune in. Nate, congratulations, man.
I like the chairs, Derek.
Yeah, the chairs are soft. They're nice. They're nice. Might want to tape that one up though. It's got a little work.
Yeah.
So
they don't see that on TV. Come on.
They see about everything else.
True. Wow. There you go.
Stop, man.
All right.
Stop.
Chris, thanks for keeping us on the air. Kurt,
yes,
Nate.
Sir.
See you guys
we can't
next
even
week.
reach each other no more. Wow.
Feet. Do the feet.
The intimacy.
There you go.
The intimacy. Of this. Oh, man.
We'll see y'all next week. Same time, same place on Hanging with the Boys.
Hanging.
We're out. This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!